See, we took our own grain.
See, another story is that on the farm, everybody had farms, we'd raise wheat. Wheat is what you get bread, flour from for bread. And bread is one of the basic things you have to exist, is bread. So every farm had a wheat crop. And out of that wheat crop, we had most of the time, back in the early years, we had 2 horses that pulled a binder, a wheat binder, that would cut the wheat, and it'd fall over on this belt, and it'd come over here and tie into a bundle. And then we would take this wheat after it kind of seasoned out a little more. We had a community of people, 10, 15 people, that would come in and help. We had one person in the community that had a steam engine and what's called a wheat thresher. And we'd have all these people come in. When you get this big steam engine going and the wheat thresher going, you have to put a lot of straw and wheat in there to really justify it going. So we'd have 6 or 8 farmers that run in together, and they'd all go out to the field, and they'd load up their wagons, most of the time with teams of horses, and we'd load up this wheat, and we'd run it in to the wheat thresher. And the wheat thresher, you'd throw in these whole bales of wheat and straw, and it separates the wheat from the straw. And then it'd blow out the straw in a straw stack. And then it separates the wheat, and you come out and we'd get it in sacks of wheat. And then we'd all sack it up, you know. And then we had a flour mill, say in White House or Portland. Then we would take this wheat in the sacks, and we would weigh it in and give it to the flour mill as a deposit. And they would grind this up into flour, and then we would draw out of that all winter and summer. And when we wanted 100 pounds of flour, we'd go in there and they'd give us 100 pounds of flour, and that would draw down the amount of wheat that we was allotted so much for the wheat we brought in. And then we'd take that 100 pounds of flour home that last couple of weeks, you know, and then we go back to the flour mill and get more flour out of the wheat crop.
So 100 pounds would only last a couple weeks?
I don't know how long it lasts, but approximate, you know. We had to have biscuits every meal, breakfast, noon, and dinner, you know. That was one of the basic things.
And when the wheat thresher came, you always had to fix.
Oh yeah,
lunch
yeah.
farm.
Wherever
everybody.
Wherever the wheat thresher was, and everybody was working at, say, the Pitt farm. Of course, Grandma Pitt had to fix lunch for 15 or 20 people, which was fried chicken and
all that good stuff,
potatoes and stuff like that, you know.
So the wheat thresher was mobile?
Mobile. Oh yeah, it's mobile on wheels.
And it'd go from one farm to
It'd
the
go
other.
from one farm to the other.
Now how'd he get paid? Did he get so much wheat?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that. How that come about. Probably.
And then we used to make our own molasses. I don't think
yeah.
you all ever did that,
Oh yes, yes. But getting back to the wheat, he'd go from one farm to the other until he finishes his cycle. And then he'd go home and put his thrashing machine in the barn for next year.
So we didn't have to buy many groceries.
Oh yeah, no. We made our groceries.
Yeah.